Welcome to my channel, dear readers. Have you ever wondered why, despite the traditional GDP standards showing the US surpassing China by 43%, China's real economy is 1.73 times larger than that of the US? What economic secrets lie behind this numerical game? It's time to delve into the deep-seated differences between the two major economies and uncover the mysteries of the economic landscape. Are you curious about why the US, with its high GDP, has its real economy quietly lagging behind? Why is China's real economy so vast and attracting global attention? Let's together explore the truth behind these numbers and discover a fresh perspective on the economic competition between China and the US. It's not just a numerical showdown, it's a redefinition of the global economic map. Are you ready? Follow me on this journey to explore the peak duel of the Chinese and American economies. You will find that this numerical battle is far more gripping than we could imagine. Firstly, let's delve into the difference between GDP and the real economy. GDP, as a crucial indicator measuring a country's economic size and growth, is a comprehensive measurement method that includes the total value of final goods and services produced during a specific period. The real economy, on the other hand, focuses more on the production and sale of tangible goods, including manufacturing, agriculture, and construction, representing a country's productivity and industrial foundation. In the global economy, the US has long held the top position in GDP, primarily due to its developed service sector, especially in finance, insurance, real estate, and professional services. However, these industries contribute to the US GDP mainly through financial transactions and the stock market, rather than the production or sale of tangible goods. This leads to the US GDP growth containing elements of the virtual economy. An example illustrating this phenomenon is the 2008 subprime mortgage crisis, where US financial institutions faced difficulties due to issues with subprime mortgage loans, triggering a global financial crisis. The outbreak of the subprime crisis caused significant turmoil in financial markets, with several major financial institutions going bankrupt or suffering severe setbacks. This crisis revealed the vulnerability of the virtual economy in the US. The substantial exposure of financial derivatives and complex financial engineering products during the subprime crisis disrupted the financial system, which was supposed to support the real economy. Investors overly relied on the performance of financial markets rather than the health of the real economy. Simultaneously, the real economy also suffered a severe blow. The collapse of the real estate market led to a downturn in the construction industry and an increase in unemployment. This event indicates that US economic growth, to some extent, relies on financial activities rather than actual material production. Therefore, the proportion of the virtual economy in the US GDP became particularly evident during the subprime crisis. This example not only emphasizes the importance of the US service sector, but also highlights the impact of the virtual economy on the real economy, providing a vivid case for contemplating the rationality of economic structures. In contrast, although China has achieved significant growth in the service sector, its economy is still dominated by the real economy. China's traditional industries, such as manufacturing, agriculture, and infrastructure construction, still make significant contributions to the country's GDP. In particular, China's manufacturing industry holds a leading position in areas like electronics, automobiles, and machinery, providing crucial support to the global supply chain. The reasons for China's real economy surpassing that of the US are diverse. Firstly, China possesses a vast labor market, providing abundant labor resources for its manufacturing and other real economy sectors. Secondly, the Chinese government's massive investments in infrastructure and technological innovation over the past few decades have effectively promoted the growth of the real economy. Meanwhile, the substantial domestic demand in the Chinese market provides powerful impetus for the development of the real economy. A specific example is the development of China's high-speed rail. China's high-speed rail project began in 2008, and through the introduction of technology, equipment, and funding, China successfully built one of the world's largest and most advanced high-speed rail networks. This is not just infrastructure construction, it's a significant investment in the development of the real economy. Firstly, China's high-speed rail project promotes the development of related industries. From the construction of high-speed rail tracks to the manufacturing of vehicles, a considerable amount of engineering construction and technical support is required. This has propelled the development of various sectors, including construction, manufacturing, and technological innovation, providing robust support for the growth of the real economy. Secondly, the operation of high-speed rail has brought positive impacts to the entire economic system. The convenience and efficiency of high-speed rail travel between different cities have facilitated the development of industries, such as business and tourism. This directly promotes the growth of the real economy, driving the flourishing development of related industries. Finally, the success of China's high-speed rail has set an example for the global export of high-speed rail technology. China's achievements in high-speed rail technology have gained significant recognition in the international market, further strengthening China's reputation in global transportation infrastructure construction and technological innovation, laying a solid foundation for the rise of China's real economy. Therefore, the success of China's high-speed rail is a vivid example of China's real economy surpassing that of the US. It's not just infrastructure construction, it's a strategic investment by the Chinese government in the real economy, demonstrating significant achievements in technological innovation and industrial upgrading over the past 30 years. China's economy has experienced significant expansion, with GDP growing from around $400 billion in the early 1990s to over $18 trillion today. Although China's GDP growth rate is higher than that of the US, its per capita income remains relatively low. In the future, China's GDP is expected to surpass that of the US in the mid-2030s. Currently, the US is facing high inflation issues and is expected to adopt a tightening monetary policy. In contrast, China's inflation is relatively low, and the People's Bank of China may implement a loose policy to stimulate economic growth. The exchange rate of the renminbi against the US dollar may appreciate, not only because China has increased productivity but also because the Chinese government is adjusting the economic structure, shifting from external-driven to internal demand and consumption-driven. To gain a more comprehensive understanding of the differences between the Chinese and American economies, we need to delve into examples and data. Taking China's manufacturing industry as an example, its rapid development, especially in the electronics sector, is noteworthy. The rise of Chinese companies like Huawei and Xiaomi has made China the dominant force in the global smartphone market. Data shows that in the third quarter of 2023, the market share of Chinese smartphone manufacturers surpassed that of US companies for the first time, reaching 36.8% of the global total market share. This indicates that China's international competitiveness in the manufacturing industry continues to strengthen, not only securing a place in the domestic market but also showcasing its strength globally. Taking infrastructure construction as another example, China has made massive investments in high-speed rail, bridges, roads, and more. The development speed of China's high-speed rail has attracted global attention. As of 2023, the operational mileage of China's high-speed rail has reached 35,000 kilometers, accounting for 68% of the total global high-speed rail mileage. This not only improves China's transportation efficiency, but also sets a benchmark for global transportation infrastructure construction. In conclusion, the differences between the Chinese and American economies go far beyond the GDP figure. The differences in the real economy reflect the distinct development paths and strategic choices of the two countries. Through its robust performance in the real economy, China is redefining the global economic landscape. In the future, China is expected to achieve continued innovation, an increase in domestic demand, and a more extensive global influence. Finally, to sum it up for our readers, I hope you have gained insights and thoughts. Dear readers, through this exploration of the Chinese and American economies, what inspirations and reflections do we have? Firstly, the economic story behind the numbers tells us that evaluating a country's economic health should not rely solely on the GDP figure. The contrast between the US virtual economy and China's real economy helps us understand more profoundly how differences in economic structures can create ripples in the global economic landscape. Secondly, we should focus on the core of the real economy, emphasizing the development of manufacturing, agriculture, and infrastructure. In this digital age, the real economy remains the cornerstone supporting a country's prosperity. For China, continuing to strengthen domestic demand and raising the value chain of manufacturing will be crucial steps in stabilizing the real economy. Additionally, national policies play a significant role in shaping the economic landscape. China's massive investments in infrastructure and technological innovation over the past few decades have provided momentum for the growth of the real economy. This offers valuable experience for other countries and emphasizes the critical role of the government in guiding the direction of the national economy. Lastly, let's think about the future. In the era of globalization, international cooperation will become closer, and the integration of technology and the economy will deepen. The discussion of the economic competition between China and the US is not just about competition, but also about exploring cooperation and mutual benefit. As readers, have you gained a deeper understanding of the economic competition between China and the US? How do you think the future international economic landscape will evolve? Leave a comment to share your thoughts, and let's explore the blueprint for the future economy together. Thank you for joining me on this journey of exploration. Don't forget to click subscribe, and until next time, we will bring you more fascinating economic stories. Goodbye. Goodbye.